want to look at Jerry. We've got 60-mile-per-hour wind speed. Okay, more impressive than yesterday. Moving to the west-northwest at about 23 miles an hour. It's slowed down a little bit, but if we want this to increase to hurricane strength, we're going to need to see it slow down a little bit more. That pressure at 1,000 millibars right now, again, we'd like that pressure to be a little bit lower if you want a hurricane from this. Now, this hurricane is most likely not going to impact any islands or population in specific. It's most likely not going to make landfall anywhere. Now, it may bring some really strong waves, maybe a little bit of wind to these areas, but it's going to turn to the northwest before it gets into some more populated areas. It's going to continue to just go straight to the north as a Category 1 hurricane as we head into the very beginning of the weekend. Staying to the east of Bermuda now, we're going to continue to see this move to the north, and by about the time it gets parallel with Bermuda, that's when this thing starts to weaken as it reaches the higher latitudes. So again, it's a fish storm. Category 1 fish storm is most likely what we expect from Jerry. Hey, do you see this right here? You see this spin that's just off the coast of the Carolinas and Virginias here? This is just a low pressure system. What the National Weather Service or some scientists are calling this is a nor'easter that then goes out to sea and just stays put. So it will most likely not be a named storm, even though it may have a decent amount of rotation and a lot of flooding off the coast here. So even though it's not a named storm, I do want you to have an eye on this as we head into the weekend and early next week, because it could contribute to that coastal flooding there. A pretty impressive system, honestly. It most likely won't be named. We don't even have a 10% chance for a tropical storm in that area. However, our next named storm will be Karen. After that, we go into Lorenzo and Melissa after that. So we've got 10 named storms right now. Our average season would consist of about 14 named storms, about half of those turning into hurricanes and about half of those major hurricanes. Now, last year we overperformed. We had about 18 named storms. This year we expected to be about average, if not a little bit above average, and it seems like we're on that track. Okay, we're a little below average right now, but we're not too far away from an average season. Hey, did you know that there was no landfalling hurricanes in all of September? Our busiest month of the year for hurricanes, and we had no landfalling hurricanes in September. We did have several major hurricanes in September. We had a lot of rapid intensification so far this season, and we still have a good chunk of our season to go. We've got about 3 more weeks where we could expect some activity across the Atlantic and even the Gulf, because a lot of times we'll see storms form in the Gulf this time of the year. Speaking of a storm that formed in the Gulf, about 365 days ago, we had all eyes on Milton. We're going to be talking a little bit more about Milton tomorrow. So if you want to look back on what our CEO, Derek Klein, he was live when this storm hit Florida. We're going to look back on some of those videos tomorrow during the noon forecast, and we're also going to get a special look at this storm from our newest meteorologist, Michaela Smith. So make sure that you are tuning in for our noon forecast tomorrow to take a look at what we saw 365 days ago with that Category 5 storm, Milton.